when you knew this was going to happen, or as you were working through this process, how exciting the idea, and then now today to be able to announce it?
I mean, for me, it was always just an idea. It was really cool, and then today it's kind of hitting me like it's real. It just became real. There's people here, like, we've announced it. I don't have to walk around and like keep it a secret anymore. The first time I went to Nice and got to see like my trucks and set in my trucks, that was also a surreal feeling. So just for all this, a lot of people have worked really hard. I'm going to say over the last 6 months to put this deal together. It's hard to start a NASCAR team. People think you just buy stuff and that's the team, right? So it's a lot that goes into it, and we've had a lot of good partners, and I've been really fortunate to meet Lane and be able to work with him, and of course with the Petty family having their 75th year in racing in a sport that's only 76 is like incredible. For me to be a fourth generation in that, and for me to be a small part is really, really awesome.
I'm going to talk to Lane in a few minutes, but give me an idea of how it all came together. When does this process start? What was your sort of input on let's make this happen? Where did it come from on your end?
So for me, I was just told by my dad one day. I was like, hey, Lane called. He's starting this truck deal, and he thinks he might want you to drive. And so I got to meet Lane at Bristol. And from there, it was like, man, we just got along so good. Like, it was like he was already part of the family the first time I met him. So I was like, Dad, I don't care what we do, but we got to make this deal happen. And so everybody kind of was pulling in the same direction. We didn't have any hiccups. We just everything really has been smooth so far. So now we've got the announcement out there, and it's time to go to Daytona, man. I'm itching already. It's 2 months away, and we're counting down the days.
With the partnership with Niece and knowing their proven track record at this level, how much confidence will that give you?
I think it gives me a lot more confidence, because like starting a new team in general in anything is really, really difficult. So for us to be able to have Doug George to lean on, of course, my crew chief, and then Niece and their engineering support, and then Team Chevy, we have some support from them. So hopefully we can put all those things into a good formula, and it's tough to win races at that level, at the NASCAR Truck, Xfinity, or Cup level. It's really tough to win races, but I think we've lined ourselves up to be able to execute.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Just personally speaking, talk about what it's like to be part of, you said your fourth generation, 75 years with the Petty family. How does it feel personally just to be, a part of this historic racing family?
Yeah, for me, it's really cool to get to carry on the family tradition, There's a lot that goes into it, but at the end of the day, we're just a family. I know that there's been some cool accomplishments, but like my grandpa, I get the question all the time, what's it like to be Richard Petty's grandson, which is like a tough question for me to answer, right? Because like, what's it like not to be Richard Petty's grandson? I guess this is my counter question, we watch football, we watch racing, we shoot ski, we go fishing, we travel together. We just do grandpa-grandson things. So at the end of the day, a family is what this was all built on, and then we just all had a similar which was racing, and it turned into 10 championships and 75 years of racing, and so it's been incredible. And for me to get to add on to that legacy is just, you can't really put it into words for me.
You don't have a ton of experience in trucks, but a Niece truck did make the championship for this past year. Where's the expectation levels for the 46?
I think that, like Grandpa said, we're starting a new deal. Yes, we have some help from Niece, but a new deal with a new team. I just met Doug a couple weeks ago, and he's crew chiefing me. So to go and form that relationship is going to be something that we have to do over the next couple of weeks and couple of months, and get ready. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we surprise a lot of people this year and make a playoff run. I think with Niece's equipment and with Chevy's support, I think that we'll have everything that we need to have that caliber of truck. So a lot of it falls on me, on my end, which I'm ready for. I've kind of lived under this pressure umbrella since I decided to do this thing. Everywhere I unload, I'm Richard Petty's grandson, no matter what. So it's no getting away from it, so you kind of just learn to deal with it. So just really grateful again for this opportunity, and I think we'll be really competitive.
A couple years ago, Richard had a little bit of reservations about you running the truck, learning different aero compared to the car. How has that changed since you're returning full time now?
I think that the next gen changed everything, right? Nobody really, at the time that Grandpa made those comments, he didn't really see that coming. and at the time, the Xfinity car drove really similar to the Cup car, so it didn't make sense. But now, from what we understand, the truck almost drives more like the next gen cars. So, I mean, really all three of them completely drive different now, but you watch people like what Hocevar did last year and what Todd Gilliland did and what Zane Smith's doing, you know, going from the truck straight to the next gen car. I think they're a little more comparable now than what the Xfinity and the next gen car are.
What's the plan with the Trans Am car next year? Do you have any plans with that?
Yeah, so we're going to be running, we got some support from Tasty Duck. We're going to be running a partial Trans Am schedule, about a quarter of the schedule I think we're going to run in the TA2 series. I had a lot of fun this year learning how to road race. That's something my family hasn't done a lot of. So it was something totally different. Grandpa came to Sebring. We all had a lot of fun. So for me to get this opportunity to go full-time in the truck and run more races is going to be a big deal for me. Like a lot of the guys I raced with in TA2 last year would cross over and run like 5 or 6 different series, right? For me, we've only really ever had enough funding to run one thing at a time. So for me to get the opportunity this year to maybe add some other NASCAR races onto my truck schedule and maybe do some more TA2 stuff is going to be really neat opportunity for me.